as I just said to Dan, I'm going to talk to Dan from Camad in Toronto in a second. And what I just told him was that it's such a pleasure meeting people that you have interviewed through longer films at INKISH, the INKISH histories basically. And then Dan said to me, if I'm going to do this, I cannot do it very shortly because they have a very long and very interesting history. And when we were visiting Camad in Toronto, we even met with Dan's father, wonderful, now I can say an old man, but he's still involved in the company. And you have a wonderful company, Dan.
Thank you.
You told me just before we started recording that you got your first Agfa in 2008. And I mean, I was just about to say that if we had like a long time for it, we would say that, and the rest is history. But how was the situation before you invested in the first Agfa?
Well, I think we knew in the late 90s and early 2000s that digital was coming and screen was what it was. So we forayed into a business venture with a partner and it failed miserably. We didn't know what we were doing. When we decided on buying the M-Press, I needed some sort of technology that was going to save my business. And the M-Press was a perfect segue from screen into what we were doing. It was gripper fed, head goes back and forth, out of UV dryer, perfect. And it did literally save my business because we had flatlined and screen was literally flatlined. We had to make decisions as to whether we were going to get into finishing, offset, did we want to get into the litho world? And thank God we decided to go the route that we went because it's allowed us to continue on for another 15 years anyways.
Yeah, and I mean, I just remember, as I also told you that, you know, when I saw you, I started already to imagining how your company looked from when I was visiting. And you had invested in a lot of technology, but you are so much a people's company. So I guess that when you started your relationship with Agfa, that it was also a people-to-people relationship, right?
Okay, I don't know if I could say this. I won't deal with bad people. I deal with people I like, and I think my father and so much me, we've earned that right for the amount we've invested in this business. I do not like unscrupulous people. I don't like anybody that's a little oily. So the relationship I have with the key players at Agfa, and I know them all over the States as well, because I speak on their behalf, they're just good people. And it works for me in Canada for what it works. All the other manufacturers that I buy from, same thing. There's many other manufacturers that I don't even talk to. So Agfa is at the top of my list.
And just to extend, just very briefly on this one, when I spoke to some of your colleagues and your employees, I mean, it was like, so many people talk about empowering the employers and, they have all these fine words, but I really felt that you and your company, you lived it, right? It's fantastic.
Look, anybody can buy equipment. You can throw money at anything. If you don't have a staff like I have, it's the reason I get up in the morning. It's for those people. And they are truly the people that run the machines, ship it out the door, pack it, kit it, cut it. You're nothing. You can have 15 Agfas in your place. It doesn't matter. You need that.
So you got the Agfa. How is it? I mean, one thing is that you have fantastic relationship and you have fantastic technology, but I mean, you still need to have consumables. You still need to have service and those kind of things. How does that play for you?
It works for me because it's a Canadian company in the sense that even though it's Belgian, where they deal in Canada, I get to deal in Canadian dollars. And as a Canadian small corporate,
a huge advantage.
It's
right?
huge.
Yeah.
And it's forced the other manufacturers to kind of try and deal in that world, and they know, and they jokingly say, Agfa has a leg up. But as I said to you earlier, at the end of the day, everybody can print. So what is advantageous to me? Obviously the dollar value. The consumables, huge because I still pay it in Canadian dollars, but it's also the service. And anybody will tell you on this floor at this show, the biggest thing in this print world that we all live in is service, accessibility, and being there on time to get your press up and running when it needs to be.
And your company have a vast history, as we spoke about, with your father and yourself and like that. Can you imagine a future where you are not working with Agfa, or how does that look?
No, I'll continue. I'm already signed up for a piece of technology. I don't even know what it is, but I'm buying it.
I guess it's red, right?
It's going to be red.
Okay, thank you, sir.